Hurry up. Okay, cool. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.
Who was responsible for all the killings in the concentration camps?
I mean, to my knowledge, it was the Nazis,
Who were the Nazis?
the Germans.
Have you heard about Polish death camps?
I never actually heard about them, though.
Have you heard about Polish death camps?
Yes, I have. And it was Auschwitz. And I believe that, I know that Hitler and all his bad German, well, the Nazis, which were German, but not all Germans are bad, invaded Poland first before he started going across Europe. And that's where they were started, because there were a lot of Polish Jews in Poland, of course.
There's a term Polish death camps, and many Poles feel offended by this term. What do you think about it?
I think it describes where some of the death camps were. And so when it comes down to it, we all bear responsibility for what happened in the unfolding years from the 1930s and the 1940s. Even though the Nazis in Germany were the primary actors, others stood by and watched it unfold, including the United States, as we refused to take refugees at that point in time.
I've heard the phrase used. I don't know that the Polish government or Poles set up death camps on their own. My understanding is it was the Germans set up the death camps in Poland.
Many Poles, most Poles, feel offended by the term Polish death camps.
Yeah, I think they should be.
What do you know about the death camps during the Second World War?
I know that they were in Poland, they were in Germany, killed a lot of Jews, 6 million, and others.
Who ran the death camps?
Nazis.
Who were the
Germans.
Nazis?
Bad Germans. Germans who wanted to take over the world.
Was there any Polish responsibility of the
I don't know.
killing of the Jews?
Not. If there was, it wasn't much. No, not as far as I know.
Have you heard the term Polish death camps?
I've heard of it. Death camps in Poland. Auschwitz was in Poland. That's a Polish death camp, run by Nazis.
I lived in Germany when I was in kindergarten to second grade, but I'd never actually visited any of them. I don't know all that much about them. I read some book by Elie Wiesel in
Oh yeah, I read that.
in like 7th grade or 9th grade.
Who was responsible for the killings in the death camps? Who ran the camps?
The Nazis?
The Nazis, yeah. Or, yeah, the Germans, the Nazis, the SS, I don't know.
Have you heard about Polish death camps?
Yeah, there were a lot of Jews in Poland, right? And so they made a lot of
There were
death camps.
several
And
death camps.
I would say that their individual Poles that were as collaborators were forced by the Germans to help them, or some Poles felt that it was in their interest to work with the Germans in some of these camps and so on. And this was true of Ukrainians, of people from Belarus, of Jews themselves. There were collaborators, but this always happens when you have a wartime situation, and a death camp situation, and an occupation situation.
But do you think that Poland was responsible for the Holocaust?
Oh, no, I've never heard that. On the other hand, of course, before World War II, you had fascist governments all through Eastern and Central Europe. It became very widespread. Certainly the Polish government was destroyed by the Soviet Union and by the Germans, because they both invaded Poland at the beginning of World War II. And Soviet Union from the east and Germany from the west. And they divided up Poland and basically tried to eliminate the existence of Poland.
Nazi Germany is responsible for the death camps, in my opinion.
Have you heard about Polish death camps?
Yes, but I don't have a whole lot of history on them. I don't know a whole lot of history.
Were the Poles responsible for the Holocaust?
No, not that I've ever heard. No.
So who was responsible?
For the
Which
Holocaust?
nation?
I thought it would have been Germany.
What do you know about death camps during the Second World War in Europe?
I know that the German army, Nazis, killed hundreds of thousands of innocent families, men, women, and children. simply based on the fact that they weren't the ideal human race that they considered ideal, I suppose.
They? Who were they?
German people, Nazis.
Have you heard about Polish responsibility for the Holocaust, for the death camps?
No.
Nothing?
No. That's not what they teach you in school.
So what do they teach you?
That it's Germans and Nazis that killed all of the Jewish, Polish, anyone they didn't see as the ideal human race person.
Lord, I'm not as fresh on the history as I thought I was, exactly. But
Have you heard about the Holocaust?
yeah.
So who were the victims and
The Jews,
the Jews?
yes.
And who was responsible for the Holocaust?
To my knowledge, Hitler from when I was growing up. You come this way, I'm trying to film the White House, come on. I got my family watching. But
Were
yeah.
the Poles responsible for the Holocaust?
Not that I know of, but you know, there's always some things that we don't know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excuse me, are you Americans?
No, we are from Germany.
From Germany, oh, sorry.